Rick T Outdoors Adventure. So we're out in the forest again today, and the temperature, it's freezing. It was 0 degrees on the way down here. So beautiful day, tremendous, absolutely gorgeous. Lots of deer tracks in the snow. Billy's having a whale of a time flying about. So today probably going to do a bit of carving, a bit of spoon carving, and we're going to look at a log cabin fire. Definitely need a fire today. I'm going to cook up a bit of dinner and have a brew, but I'll show you, I'll go through how to make a log cabin fire. Great fire. As a survival thing, it's a cracking fire. It's one that if you build it right, it'll flourish, and it also leaves a good bed of coals if you look after it and feed it the right way. So it's a good cooking fire as well. But we'll look at doing that. So we're going to have a wander through the forest, find somewhere else. You might recognise this spot. This is a spot that I've stopped in the past. It's one of my old beds in the forest, so it's probably on a couple of my videos. But hey Billy, it's alright. So yeah, so we're on with that log cabin fire. Easy tracking in snow. A cracking good deer on here. You can see it. It's a well used one, and in this weather you can see the slats as they go along the deer track. Beautiful. So when we're out and about, we're obviously in a dynamic environment, so what you've got to do is you've got to use what's available to you. This forest is covered, it's a lot of larch, so I know a larch are decent. There are a lot of small twigs on them, so I'm going to use the larch mainly. Build a log fire. If you're in an environment with oak and sycamore and bigger deciduous woods, you might need to split logs down and things like that and break them into pieces. But I can get quite a few dead branches from larch that are like an inch sort of diameter. There's lots of different ways to build a log cabin fire, but I'm just going to show you the way that I do it in this sort of environment. And one of the key things is, in a survival situation, is to light that fire as quickly as possible. Not in a rush, but if you can, one spark, one light. You might just have a box of matches with 20 matches in them. You might have to cut them down in half or something. That gives you 40 strikes, that's 40 fires. Yep. You might just have a ferrocerium rod, even though it's got 3,000 strikes, you still want to save them as much as you can. If you can do it in one strike, so it's about preparation. So what I would do, I've insulated the ground. So I've insulated the ground from the snow. I've used a bed of dry-ish sticks. Everything's covered in snow. But obviously you've got the cold, your heat has got to dissipate that cold first. Yeah, it's going to have to heat up. Your fire triangle, heat, oxygen, fuel. So I've got my fuel. I'm trying to keep it as warm as I can, stop the cold coming up from the ground. I'm going to need oxygen. So a log cabin fire is ideal for that because it's going to create spaces. Yeah, you could even build troughs in the ground if the ground were dry, so the oxygen can come in. But first, what I do, not everybody does, I'm going to overlap some of the small stuff underneath, because I've got to give myself as big a chance as I can. I'm going to light my fire outside, and then I'm going to put it in and let it burn up. I'm also keeping my birch in my pocket, so I want to keep it as dry as possible to the last minute. That's what I'm going to use to light my fire. So now I can start building my logs up for my log cabin. Now I'm not going to use particularly big logs today, so I don't need to. Remembering I need to give myself this gap on this side. What I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to put it slightly in, so that's giving me a gap to put my birch in. Don't matter if I double up on any sides. Now if you look at mine, it's coming in like a pyramid, because the closer I get it to the top, the more it's going to catch. You can burn it, you can put it straight up and then put cross sections across, but I'm building a pyramid. But I also need enough of a gap at the top to be able to drop some stuff in. I can feed it from the sides a little bit, and I want to be able to drop stuff in to keep that burning. But what I'm not going to do now, I'm not going to light this up and then start running around trying to get my cooking set up as it burns. I'm going to get my pot on here, fill it with snow, get it ready to burn on top, like a pot hanger, and then I'm going to light it. And then them initial flames, when it starts burning up, are going to start melting my snow straight away, so I can get straight on with my cooking. I'm not wasting time, and I can look after this fire, and I can continually feed it and keep my eye on it, make sure it doesn't go out. Plenty of snow in there, get that compacted in. Right, so my fire's prepped. Got a bundle of birch bark in there. Nice hole. Got a load of shavings here. Hopefully one shot with up and all will spark these, and we'll pop this in the fire. Nope, try a second shot. Nope, try a third shot. The one shot would have been nice. Third shot's better than no. At the moment it's burning a bit more on this right hand side, but that'll start to spread through the fire. See, we've got good flames already within a minute of sparking it up. While that's cooking, I've got a few little bits and pieces that I've made lately. Got a spoon. Got my cookser. We'll get a bit of coffee in the cookser. I'll have a brew in that. Little cooking board that I made the other week. Got my spoon, cooking board, and we're on with another one. We'll get another one rattled up, do a bit of that today, yeah? Hopping hole's a decent carving knife. Just fantastic to use your own gear. I'm sure everyone will agree. Anyone who's made their own cookses or their own spoons, I'm sure you'll agree it's just mint using your own kit in it that you've made yourself. Get a bit of carving done with this. Obviously once it's burning better like this, you can start putting a few wetter, damper twigs on and stuff like that, but it's doing a good job that. See how the snow's getting on. Oh yeah. Thing is with snow, you've got to keep refilling it as a rule. Top it up. It starts melting down, so you need to be ready to chuck a bit more in until you get a good full pan of water. Technique. Get that back on. Get a bit of food in there. The good thing about the cookser is it keeps it quite well insulated. So not only does it retain its heat when you put it on the ground, because if it's wood, stops it, sort of insulates it. Good brew that. Also, the good thing about setting up your fire like this, I can alter the height of that. I'm just cooking some noodles up at the minute. I could drop that a bit if I wanted, but it's about right that. Get some scran on. Bit of jack bit, as they say in Bamber Bridge. I tell you who are pretty good on YouTube. Smooth Getter Fix. Oh, look at them. Good lads. Proper good lads. Oh, been watching a bit of their stuff lately. Yeah. Really good lads. As always, thanks for joining me and Billy. Fantastic to be out in the woods as usual. Can't beat it. Good warm brew. Good warm food. Little fire, bit of carving. We'll get out on fells, have a bit of a walk on moors. But thanks for joining us again. So if you liked it, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, whatever. If you fancy it, just come back and watch us again in future. Alright, cheers. like to stop at these here, these old farmhouses on moors. What an amazing view the people must have had. Sadly they were all chucked out because the companies who own the reservoirs and were supplying Liverpool with water thought that the farming was going to contaminate the water. They were all chucked out of their houses, and then they came down and took all the roofs off, so they couldn't move back in on the sly, and that was it. Well, it must have been a fantastic spot to live. A hardy spot though, but fantastic.